Hello! So welcome to another yoga. Today we are going to be mainly lying down on the floor. You don't need a yoga mat. If you have a yoga mat, use it, but you don't need one for this. And part of me is imagining maybe you're even doing this in bed, at the beginning of your day to try and wake you up, or at the end of the day to calm you down. But by all means, jump out of your chair, just away from the desk, lie on the floor and do these. So whenever you can, just if you can, get this little pocket in. Just a little bit calmer, just trying to calm and relax you, especially with the days being cold. Sometimes it can be tricky to try and wake ourselves up, so it's nice, just a gentle one. So you're going to come down to the floor. So just lying on your back and just lie down here. So if this is very uncomfortable, you can just bring the soles of the feet off the floor. It takes a little bit of pressure off your back. You can have a small cushion under your head, but this would be too big because it would just make me crank my neck forwards. So just be aware like that. And if you can just lie on the floor, just lie on the floor. Just taking a moment here, really relax, let your feet sprawl out, palms facing upwards. Big breath in, big breath out. And just give yourself some time just to arrive here. So no matter what time of day it is, often our mind floods us with information, so it can just take a while to try and quieten that down. And if it isn't quiet, that's okay, that's why we practice. Just keep breathing, relax your shoulders, relax your face. And if it feels nice, maybe a big breath in through the nose and out through the mouth like a sigh. Just releasing anything. And it doesn't need to be a negative, just, that job's done, release, don't need to think about it anymore. Just releasing what you need to. And then unless I say otherwise, try and breathe in and out through your nose if you can. So with an inhale, we're going to stretch our body long. So trying to stretch your toes and fingers as far away from each other as possible, really waking the body up. And then with an exhale, drawing your right knee into your chest. So I'm aware this isn't always accessible to everyone, so you can hold the back of the thigh, or you can, if you have a strap, if you have a yoga strap or Pilates strap, but even if like a dressing gown belt or even a belt, just to kind of loop around so it just extends your arms a bit. Otherwise, drawing that knee into your chest. And trying to go to where you feel your stretch, knowing that if you're doing it in the morning, it's going to be different to when you're doing it in the evening. Once you've found that stretch, we're just going to gently rotate that ankle. So trying to draw big circles with your toes. And then trying to synchronize with your breath. So as you inhale, you're lifting the toes. And as you exhale, you're circling and lowering. So that movement should become really slow. Good. And gently going the other way. So really do try to match your breath and your movement. It makes it yoga. But it's what really draws our attention inwards, trying to synchronize there. Gently pausing. We're coming to a spine rotation. If you know that you have issues with your back, just miss this one out. If not, taking your left hand to the outside of the right knee, we're going to guide that across to the left side. So it goes as far as it goes. There's no ego, just go till you find the stretch. If it goes all the way to the floor, wonderful, but if not, wonderful. Shoulders ground down, and if you have the space, extending your right arm out to the side, turning your head towards the right. Big breath in, big sigh out. And as you exhale, just try and relax into the floor. Coming back to center, giving that knee a little, one more squeeze, and then stretching out. And sometimes it can be nice to stretch out again. Really lengthen yourself, realign, and then we go to the other side. So left knee hugging in. And again, be aware your sides will be different. So you may have lots of flexibility on one and not much on the other. That's totally normal. So just adjust for each side. Find that stretch. And then when you're ready, gently rotating the ankle. It doesn't matter which direction you start, because we're going to go both ways. And often, our ego is trying to propel us around. Like, look how quickly. But the whole point is that we're trying to always go as slow as possible to match our breath. So just enjoy slowing down here. Breathing in and out through the nose. Direction. Just keep doing that. Good. And then pause in there. Using your right hand this time to guide the left knee to the right. I know there's a lot of instructions, but you're just basically trying to bring the knee across the body. Trying to keep your shoulders on the floor. So this is my ego working here. My knees come down, my shoulders up. So I need to come back a bit, try and get my shoulder down. And then my knee just kind of hovers. Try and relax the foot down. You can use that hand just as an extra kind of gentle guide towards the floor. And then turning your head towards the left. And as the body wants to rotate, it will gently loosen up and relax. So if it wants to go further, just relax and allow it to. You need to hold it into place. Big breath in. Big breath out. Good. And then we're just going to turn all the way onto our right. So we're just going to bring that left arm over. And then from here, we're just going to gently push ourselves up to a seated position. So just crossing your legs or kneeling, however you feel more comfortable. And always, we're not saying for too long, but if you need to, placing a cushion under your hips. So if you find when you're cross-legged, if you're like this, so your back ends up kind of round, or maybe like this, it's really uncomfortable. We don't want to stay there long. We're putting a lot of pressure on our back. So what we want to do is bring those knees kind of lower or in line with our hips. And to do that, our flexibility doesn't allow us to drop the knees, so it means we need to lift the hips. So if you sit on a cushion, it can just help lift those a little. And you can always sit on as many cushions as you need to. As long as you feel safe, you're not going to fall off the cushion towel. So then coming down, big inhale. Stretching, waking those arms up. Palms to the ceiling. Then just lateral stretch to one side. Inhale back to center. To the other side. Nothing too dynamic, and again, probably things that you do anyway. Into a rotation. So just turning towards the right. You can use your left hand on the right thigh just to gently anchor you around. Inhale back up. And then to the other side. Good, back to center. Release it down. And now we're going to do one of my favourites. We did this in the chair. So it's our lateral stretch and going into a fallen angel. So this could be, you might need the whole bed if you're doing this in bed. You're going to need a little bit of space. So stay on the cushion if that feels comfortable, otherwise move the cushion to the side. You're rounding down. Imagine you've got your legs wide and you're going to tuck your right foot in. And you're trying to face the open space. You're not facing the extended leg, you're facing that space in between. Big inhale, reaching up. Sorry, again, if this knee is bent, that's totally fine. And then we're going to come down to the sides. You're stretching with both arms, trying to lengthen as far as you can go. When you've gone as far as you can, release that left arm down so it can rest on the leg, it can tuck through. And then you're going to turn your chin and face it upwards. So if you can come all the way down sideways, brilliant. Find your stretch. If this is where your stretch is, brilliant, because all we're aiming for is the stretch. Really try and ground down through your hip. Good, and then a big inhale. Without trying to overthink this, place your right hand just to the outside of your right hip. And we're going to lift our hips off the floor, pushing down with the knee and the foot, and open into a fallen angel. So there's really no right and wrong here. You're just trying to stretch your body, open your hips, your chest, your shoulders, your smile, and gently release back down. Good. And then the other side. So switching your legs. Again, find that you may need to just kind of shuffle forwards a bit or move the flesh so you can sit on your sit bone so it feels a bit comfier. And then again, big inhale up. Exhale to the side. So rather than rounding down like a seat, we're trying to keep a straight line as far as we can. Once you've gone as far as you can, release the arm down. Turning your chin up just helps open up that shoulder, prevents us coming into a forward fold, and then stretch. You should feel this lovely stretch along this left side. And if you can, imagine breathing into that side. In and out through the nose. Inhaling back up, left hand to the outside of the left hip, lifting up the hips, pointing the toes, stretching the fingers, and just feel where that stretches. And maybe you want to open the arm up to the side, so open your chest, maybe stretching behind you to the floor, and then gently releasing back down. And then coming into a comfortable seated position. So again, if you want your cushion back, bring it. And then we're going to do breath of joy. So if this is your morning practice or during the day you need a little pick-me-up, then try and be slightly more energetic with it. If this is your night time, then use it really to try and calm and focus you down. So you can change the pace depending on what you're doing. So we inhale, lifting the arms up. Exhale, lower them to shoulder height. Inhale, sweeping them forwards. Exhale, drawing them in. Inhale up. Exhale to shoulder height. Inhale forwards and exhale in. So try to do this movement with your breath. So if you need to go faster or slower, then please do it. And again, if you're trying to energize or calm, change the pace. Sometimes just focusing on our breath can be tricky, so adding a movement just gives our mind a little more to focus on so it stops distracting us with other things. Exhale, shoulder height, stretching your fingers as far as you can. Inhale, sweeping forwards, pulling the shoulder blades apart from each other. Exhale, really drawing in, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Just do a couple more. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale forwards. And exhale in. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Just allow your hands to rest on your thighs. Big breath in, big breath out. Once more, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Big inhale up. Bring your palms together, drop them in front of your chest, bow your head. Give yourself a little thanks for taking the time to stretch. Namaste. Please try and do that just whenever you need, just a little time. When you need, if you're trouble sleeping or trouble getting out of bed when it's this cold, just any time you need to. Just doing that. Enjoy.